So, what's the difference between all these super duper successful ministries like a Stephen Furtick, TD Jakes, a Joel Osteen? What separates them from you, your ministry? You know, there. I used to wonder that question all the time. Growing up, I remember my dad. He always was talking. You probably heard statements like this: "Money wasn't growing on trees. You think I'm made of money?" All this other stuff. Not that this is about money, but I used to sit back and wonder, why does it seem like some people succeed a whole lot easier than everybody else? Or why are there so few people succeeding compared to the majority who aren't? And again, I know that's a relative term, but when I say people are succeeding, when you mention that, a lot of people immediately will start naming some people: a Jeff Bezos, a Elon Musk, or Oprah, things like that. That in certain people's minds is like, oh, I'm never going to get there. But I'm just wondering from a ministry standpoint, because this can be on any aspect of life. But again, we focus on media ministries. And the reason I asked that question is a lot of the churches I'm dealing with, they have this mindset that they can only get this much. And oh, we could never be them because that's them. And even though I believe that God is no respecter of persons, so if he's no respecter of persons, that means he's made us all equal. Why are we unequal? The reason why we're unequal is because they've chosen to be unequal, meaning that the work that I did in understanding programming when I went to school, when I came out the military, I was 2 years behind. And in my mind, I'm like, oh man, everybody knows this stuff. I didn't know nothing about computers at all, programming, because I never did it. I was just something I wanted to do. So in my mind, when I went into Hampton University, I actually read all of my computer science books from beginning to end, because I was like, I need to do more to catch up with everybody else, not realizing that no one else did that. So by me doing that, it catapulted me past everybody else, meaning that could anybody have done what I did? Yes. In my mind, I thought everybody did do it, but in reality, no one did. So going back to what I said about the scripture, that he's no respecter of persons, all of us, everybody in my school could have done that because we're all equal. All of us have the ability to do that. I made myself unequal because I chose to do what no one else did. What does that have to do with media ministry? Your ministry, whether it's 10 people, has the equal opportunity to reach millions, like a TD Jakes, a Joel Osteen, a Stephen Furtick. Because are you willing to be unequal? Or are you willing to do the same stuff that everybody else is doing that doesn't have the results that you're looking for? Like, for example, are you content with just putting a camera in the back and you live streaming to Facebook, live streaming to YouTube, whatever platform that you're doing, and that's it, and that's all you do? Or are you doubling down and doing all the research? Hey, look, what's the newest update that's coming out on Facebook? What's the newest update on YouTube? What's social media? How can I leverage this and use these tools to lead more people back? Maybe you don't know everything. How about I'm going to research and find the people who know that and see if I can hire them, enlist them, see who's in our ministry who has a passion for this stuff. Or are you content with just doing the basics? So again, it's not that a TD Jakes, a Joel Osteen, a Stephen Furtick, and stuff like that are better than you. They're just doing the things that you're choosing not to do. So just like I didn't go to school for none of the stuff I'm doing in media, just like I did in college, when I wanted to figure this stuff out, I put my head down and I absorbed as much knowledge as possible. And then I invested in buying equipment that no one had around. I saved, I scrounged, I put stuff together so that I can buy one of these video mixers that people were talking about, buy this camera, buy a camera that uses lenses. And then study what's a f-stop, what's aperture, what all that stuff. Anybody can do that, but most people don't. So that's, I was playing around with what I was going to title this video, but I don't know. It might still change, but I'm just wondering, in my mind, I still do this now. Hey, I'm thankful for where we're at with 50,000 subscribers, but I'm like, what do I need to do? What is everybody else doing that got them to the 100,000, to the 700,000, to the million, to the multiple millions? What are they doing? They're not any different than me. What are they doing that I'm not doing? And that's what I ask you. So with all that stuff, when y'all are live streaming or reaching out to the masses, whatever you're doing from your ministry standpoint, are you only doing stuff on the day of service? Are you only doing stuff for a Bible study? Or are you like, I need to figure this out and I'm going to put the time in so that I know how to be elite in this area? Now, don't let that scare you. Elite is not you being the top 1% of everything. Like, I remember, I don't know the quote exactly. If I have it, I'll put it down below. But I didn't realize here in the United States, to be in the top 1%, you really only need to be making over $200,000 a year, which blew my mind. In my mind, when I'm thinking about the top 1%, I'm thinking you're a hundred millionaire plus, 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 plus. It's not that at all. So when I say for you to be a master at something, you really only have to be 51% better than everybody else. And again, I don't believe in competition, but the thing about it is, it doesn't take as much as you think. Like, I'm humbled by so many times people ask me for stuff, but I really sit back and I'm like, I didn't do anything different except for I practiced and played or like what I used to say from an IT standpoint, I've broken stuff so many times so that when people ask me a question, yep, I broke it that way. That's how you fix it. That's all I did. So let's take it back to what we talked about at the beginning. How do you get to those levels of what the TD Jakes, the Joel Osteens, the Stephen Furticks, all those people that have a huge influence? That's really what I'm talking about, the influence. How do you get more influence? Is it that they're better than you? No, they're just doing what you're not doing. So again, it's not a talent. It's just your work ethic. How much are you willing to put in? Are you willing to do videos? Are you willing to make bad videos? Are you willing to figure out, spend your money, invest, read books, spend time in classes, courses, and all this other stuff to get better? Or are you just content with, hey, I'm just as good as the person to the left and the right of me? And again, I don't want to shame nobody. That's not what it is about. But at least for me, I used to sit back and wonder, how come I'm not like that? And I used to always think it was something the matter with me. And it's nothing the matter with me. I realize I'm just not doing what somebody else is doing. Hey, I'm 5'5". Me being in the NBA and being in the NFL and stuff like that, that's not me. I don't have the body type for that. And plus, I'm not interested in doing anything like that. But from a computer standpoint, all these other people, I can read the same books that they've done. I can get around the same people. I can go to the same conferences. I can learn what they've learned. But how many people are willing to do that? So you want to know about the truth about success? It's not about you being the right person. Are you doing the stuff that everybody else is doing? If you want to get up, I can tell you how to get to 50,000 subscribers because I've done that. You know how I did it? I focused on my skill set, and I don't want to say I outworked everybody. I worked on me and figured out what I need to do. That means if this is my niche, this is what I want to work on. Just like when it was computers, just like when it was music, I just put in the work that it seems like a lot of people just don't do. So you want to have more influence for your ministry. You want to have more than 50, 100 subscribers, followers, meaning that you want to actually reach other people beyond your ministry. Are you willing to put in the work that it takes? Or do you just think it's just going to come to you? Because it's not. So I don't know. This was just something that was on my mind. And I honestly asked myself this question for years on different aspects of like, how can how can I achieve the same stuff that somebody else is doing? How can I impact as many people as this person has? Because I know they're not better than me. We're equal. So that means that they're doing something that I don't know about, or they have some knowledge I don't know. And I need to research to figure that stuff out. So let me know, what do y'all think about that? What are your thoughts? Do you feel that some people are just made or gifted to do this and to always be successful and have more influence than anybody else? Or do you have the same feeling that I do, that we're equal and maybe they know something or they're doing something that I don't know or I'm not doing? And that's the reason why I haven't accomplished that. Leave it down below. Again, I'm always the student and I'm always trying to be more influential with what I'm doing to reach, impact, and help more people. And then, hey, I remember Jim Rohn used to say this: how big does a tree grow? As big as it can. Humans are the only ones that are willing to settle for less than what they can be. And for me, I just want to be the most that I possibly can. I can grow and reach and influence as much as I can. And I think from a ministry standpoint, if you believe like I believe, that's our responsibility, is to reach. I know I mentioned money at the beginning, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm mainly, can I reach and reach the full potential of what I'm capable of? And I want to make sure I'm not settling. So let me know. Did this ring true with you? Maybe this might just be me talking, but hey, this was something that was on my spirit, on my mind. I wanted to put it out, and I want to put it out just to show you, just me being transparent. This is what I think about, and this is what I strive for. So let me know down below. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry and also make you think. So this is AJ. We'll catch you on the next video. Later.